What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to New York City. I'm actually back here. You guys never left. And on my YouTube channel, I know the videos never changed. Today, we're walking and talking through the streets of New York. This is a series on my YouTube channel sponsored by my patrons on Patreon, where they submit sort of topics for me to talk about as I walk around through wherever I am. Today's topic is where am I going to be walking and talking next? Because as I've kind of mentioned before, the New York chapter is coming close to a close. So let's talk all about that. Before we do that, let's roll the intro. Alrighty, now that we're back, I have to mention that because the weather in New York City has become progressively so much nicer, these videos are so much harder to produce because there's so many more people outside staring at me when I'm shooting. But I don't care, we're pushing through. That was the whole point of this series. So today I'm going to be talking about what's next. I am back in New York City. As you guys know, I mentioned last week that I went on vacation, and I did go on my first ever vacation. I'm going to make a whole video, both because I kind of want to explain my thought process behind it and how much fun it was, but also for tax purposes, because I can file my vacation on taxes if I made a video on it, so that works out pretty well. So I shot some clips and stuff that I'll definitely talk about because I want to explain to you guys how incredible my vacation was. But yeah, I want to basically, I think I'm gonna go this way actually. I want to talk to you guys about what's next, because you guys were wondering. A good patron of ours, Torben, was asking where am I going to be walking and talking next? What's coming up? And I think it could be a cool idea to talk about because there are some cool projects on the horizon right now, and I thought maybe I'd give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek on what's in my brain hole. So let's talk about that. So a big part of this walk and talk series has been really cool, like learning how I can kind of transition this into any place in the world. Yes, we've started this in New York, and it's been cool doing it in New York City. But I think the plans of taking this walk and talk things abroad, it really appeals to me. I think what could be really cool too in the future is an ATV. Freaking New York City, baby. It never gets old. It's weird to not be here for like a week and a half and then come back and just be dealing with sensory overload, but that's besides the point. There will be a really cool video coming out on my vacation soon because it was really awesome. But yeah, I think it could be really cool to take this walk and talk series abroad, potentially make it its own thing. I've talked about in the past about potentially making it into a podcast, which I think could be really cool as well. But I like the concept of maybe bringing along guests on this walk and talk series and doing it around the world with different people, maybe locals from countries that aren't particularly friends of mine. So I've done an episode before. I think I've only ever done one walk and talk with somebody else, which was with John Barr from Here Be Bar. And we kind of walked and talked about our worst travel experiences. But I think it could be cool to bring locals from different countries along with me wherever I am in a city and see if they'll just walk and talk with me and just kind of learn about random people. I know that for you guys as viewers, especially if you're subscribing to my channel, you want to watch me. And that makes sense, and that's cool. And so I would never isolate it and like hand off the camera to somebody that you don't know, because I know you guys probably wouldn't really be interested. But it could be cool to have somebody come along and just talk to them, especially if they're from a different country, a different background, a different culture, different ages, and just kind of see how and learn about like raw people, raw individuals that have no social media, capabilities or influence or whatever. I think that could be a really cool idea. And so I like that concept. As for what's happening next, the thing is, I don't want to reveal too much because one, my life changes so fast all the time. I never really know what's happening. I should mention, like I mentioned before, I was in New York for a month. I think I planned on coming here for 1 month, and I ended up staying 6. I mean, I'm still here, I haven't left yet. So things change, plans change so frequently in my life that it's hard to tell you guys what's next exactly, but I'll give you guys a rough estimate about what's going on. It's been 2 years now. It's going to be 2 years this summer since I've been to Israel, and a lot has changed there for me. As I've mentioned before on this channel, a few family members have passed away since then, and I definitely want to make sure that I'm hitting up that country again to go obviously show respect to the few family members of mine that have passed away. So it's a big goal of mine to potentially get out there in the next few months. Obviously because the channel has picked up so much so recently, I haven't had time to travel anywhere other than like business moves, things that were smart for the business, which was making this YouTube channel work and flow. And so that's gonna be a big focus for sure soon. Besides that, there's a few other series that I'm sort of planning right now, but I guess I would kind of be curious to hear from you guys is what you guys are expecting, what you guys kind of want to see, because I know there's lots of countries that you guys want to see me travel to. So yeah, I guess the question that I kind of have to pose to you guys watching this video is there a place you particularly want to see me cover? A place that you want to see me travel to? I know that a lot of you guys want me to return to certain countries or to go to certain ones I've never been to, but is there a country specifically that you watching right now wants to see me go to? If there is, comment it down below. So as for what's next, it's very hard for me to give you specific details, especially when you're planning stuff on YouTube. It's kind of difficult, but I can definitely let you guys know that there's a very good chance that we'll be going international soon. There's been some influx of comments. I'll break it down for you guys this way. The way I see it is that a lot of you guys watching the videos that have come from New York are angry or frustrated that I'm not covering certain things in New York, and then the one of you guys who aren't been watching me from New York, who have been watching me from before, are angry and frustrated that I am in New York. And so there's really no winning in this particular YouTube situation that I'm in right now. And it makes it particularly frustrating for me as a creator too, because I know that I'm not giving you guys the value for the videos that you want to see. And obviously a big part of it is just creating stuff that I want to create, and not so much, sorry, just crossing the street, not so much just things that will get views, but I know for a fact that there's a big conflation right now within this particular audience of things that you guys are happy watching and things that you aren't happy watching. And so that's a big motivation to kind of head out of here and continue and take this international. So we're gonna be doing that soon. That's definitely a thing. Where and when and how, I can't give you guys. The one thing that I'll say right now in this video is that you can expect a lot of the videos you're watching kind of from here forward to be backlogged. So videos that I've created in the past or when I was here in New York that are gonna be coming out over the course of the next month or so, maybe a little longer than that even. I basically stockpiled a bunch of content that created out here in New York, which is really exciting because it's a lot of cool videos. Some of them are a little controversial as well, but a lot of them are really, really good, and I'm really proud of them. And we're gonna be pumping them out as I potentially depart from the city. Because yeah, my end of my journey here in New York is definitely coming soon. It's time, I think. 6 months is a good amount of time for me to spend here, but I'm going a little crazy because it's too much city for one boy. But yeah, keep that in mind. A lot of those videos are kind of gonna be old content, or not old content, but content that I've created from before. And when I go wherever I go next, it'll be me taking a sort of real break. Not just a little vacation that I took, but a break that is needed both to check out medical stuff, to build on finances, to figure out things that need to get taken care of when I can't do them when I'm doing this, pretty much. I'm gonna have to really spare a lot of time to take care of things that I can't when I'm doing YouTube full time. But as you can tell by my excitement, I'm very relaxed and I'm excited because there's a lot of good things coming. I'll tell you guys, that vacation fixed so many things for me. It really healed me mentally, I think, from a lot of the workload that I've kind of taken on. I went down the wrong street over the last couple months, so I think it was a really healthy vacation to take. It was a really smart decision to take that vacation when I did, and I'm just very excited for what's coming next. So I guess another question for you guys, do you have any guesses as to where I'm going next? I haven't really given any sort of hints on social media, not to any of my knowledge. So if you guys have any sort of guesses or hints or anything that you feel like you can kind of tell potentially where I'm going next, comment it down below. Let me know, because if you're on the money, I might just I might send you a DM and let you know that you got it right. I don't think you will, because it's a pretty weird list. Ooh, probably shouldn't have said that. Anyhow, this is a walk and talk. We can't really edit it that much. I think besides that, there's one other patron who left a sort of a comment or suggestion to talk about. That was, I think it was Gail, if I remember correctly, to speak about things that kind of annoy me, and we can make a whole different walk and talk on that, and I think I will in the future. But I did want to mention, in correlation to kind of taking the vacation, I think what's been really amazing is, or what's been not so amazing, is just recording every moment and not being able to keep any moment for me, or like being selfish sort of with traveling. A lot of it has been for you guys, creating content I'm definitely going the wrong way. I don't know where I am. a lot of it has been creating content particularly for you, things that you guys are going to watch and things that you guys are going to enjoy. And so that doesn't leave a lot of room for me to enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy what I do, I love it. But I think one of the most annoying factors, and this is something I learned while I took that vacation, was that doing stuff for me when I'm traveling is really fun as well. Being able to kind of spend moments just sulking in whatever you're doing without pulling out a camera to film it is really cool. And especially when you're meeting new people or engaging, building new relationships and stuff, not being able to just throw a camera in front of it is something I really value now, because I never really knew what that was like. And I think it's just really cool to do that when you're traveling. It's really hard when you're traveling to, it's kind of traveling as like sensory overload. You're exposing yourself to so many new things at one point in time. And it's hard to shove a camera in that and then edit it up and put it out on the internet. It's not normal at all. It's not normal in the slightest. It's like, it's actually very strange. And the time I spent not doing that, it really opened my eyes to it, and I still love it. I think it's really cool, but it is a very strange, it's a weird thing to do. It's not normal by any sense of it. So I think that's something that, I don't know if it annoys me particularly, but it's definitely a bit of a downside. But from the same perspective, it's what allows me to do this full time. So it's in no way a real downside. It's just kind of a caveat to a really positive experience and situation that I'm in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end this walk and talk here. I think that's enough talking and walking. I'm still getting back into the groove of this. This is only the second video I filmed since I've been back in New York City, which I just got back like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So I'm still getting back into the groove of it, especially when you take a long break for a few days, as I was doing it every single day. It's a little weird when you get right back into it. So bear with me if I look a little strange on camera for the next few days, especially since there's so many people out here. But I love you guys so much. I'm so glad to be back walking and talking around, even though this isn't gonna be for much longer. Is there anything else I need to say? I guess just speculate down in the comments below. Where do you think I'm going next? What do you think is happening next? All I can say, there's a lot of good things, a lot of really exciting things on the, I mean, I only know how to say it in Hebrew. On the scope, on the radar. In Hebrew, it's called the covenant. So a lot of things, a lot of good things are coming very soon, and I'm very excited for them. I think it's gonna be a very positive next few months and hopefully years. So bear with me as all the changes ensue. And also, as a side note, for those of you guys waiting, yes, the meaning of the collab video is coming. I just haven't had time to make it. It's gonna take a lot of time. All right, how do we outro this? Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single video as well. If you want to get involved with this kind of video series of walk and talks, you can subscribe to my Patreon down in the description below. If you give like $1, you can send some suggestions and you can take out that $1 donation out if you want for the next month. If you just want to do it for 1 month, that's all good. But this is a way I kind of engage my patrons. So thank you so much to my patrons for sponsoring this video series. If you guys want to support this channel as well, you can get some cool merchandise. It's summertime, so it's time to not get any hoodies anymore, but cool traveling clad t-shirts now. And that's also something we'll be working on soon, is some new merchandise. But that's the end of this walk and talk. I love you guys so much. I love you a long time. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, class.